What's up guys, Zeenigami here, and coming soon to the global version of One Piece Treasure Cruise on the 26th of January 2017 is gonna be Kizaru Raid. Kizaru, the quick fighter shooter character. Very, very good character for shooter and fighter teams, and a shooter captain himself. Once again, we're going to be using GameWith as a great resource of information. You can also check out reddit.r/OnePieceTC. The One Piece Treasure Cruise subreddit usually has a lot of people making guides on there too, so check them out, and they might have some guides as well. But the GameWith page is what we're going to be using for a lot of our information. Kizaru is very easy if you have the correct team, but getting the correct team can be a little difficult. There's only one free-to-play team that I'd really recommend. The rest of them take a bit of tricksy work, and it's going to be a Mihawk with a INT Mihawk friend. So for Kizaru, you can stall for a fair amount. INT Mihawk is the skill books are available on global now, so you should be able to get INT Mihawk friends with some decent cooldowns. But I would say you can stall for safely around 20 turns or so. I can say a decent 20 turn stalling. And if you have heal per turn sockets, of course, you can stall a lot easier. Round 1 is going to just have a bunch of fodder characters. You can get about 2 turns off on round 1. Round 2 is going to have turtle and lobster. Kill the dragon, sea dragon first. Kill the rest. Take your time on turtle and lobster hits. Round 3 is where we're going to start actually paying attention to pacifistas. So there are 3 possible color pacifistas on round 3. There's the red, the blue, and the green ones. They each do something different whenever they attack. The red one has a 20 hit combo barrier, and this one is going to be the hardest one for you to beat with a free-to-play slasher team. With this one and the free-to-play slasher teams, when you get out of stage 2, you want to try to try to have a purple orb on your INT Mihawk, so that way you can focus on this red one first. And this red one attacks really hard for 17,000. After he raises his attack, goes up to 17,000. The blue one is the second most dangerous one. Or the blue one is the most dangerous one to leave alive, but not too worried about it if you're using the free-to-play team or using a very heavy green team, because the blue one is the one that paralyzes your characters. And paralyzing it's a pretty long paralysis too, and you don't want to take that hit. The green one is generally pretty easy. He only heals for 50,000 damage 50,000 health every turn. Yeah, kill the blue one. They even remind you to kill the blue one. On stage 4, you're going to get purple and yellow and the one blue character in the back. Remember, just kill the blue one first, kill the yellow one, and then kill the purple one. Make sure you hit those 3 perfects so that we can get through that barrier. At this point, you know what perfect hit and combo hit barriers are. You need to hit 3 perfects in order to get through the barrier, and after those 3 perfects, you'll start actually dealing damage. On Kizaru, you want to make sure you have 7,700 health, or 7,800 health, so that way you can survive the hit, because he will preemptively rewind the specials of all Dex characters by 1 turn, and he cannot be delayed. So unless you're using a non-Dex team, like a double Kainu team on Japan, you're going to just take a hit on turn 1. So on stage 4, you want to look for some green orbs so that we can do some good damage to him on the turn 1, get a little extra damage in. You won't be able to use any Dex character specials, but you can use non-Dex specials. Like if you have a ability that rewinds specials, like if you use a Raid Kizaru against Raid Kizaru, you can use him to rewind the specials of your other characters and actually attack with them. But you just attack him on turn 1. After turn 1, he will shuffle all your orbs and have a very high chance of giving you badly matching orbs, which is a good thing because we're going to use that very high chance of badly matching orbs to our advantage. Turn 2, he's going to reduce the damage from any red, green, or blue characters by 99% after 50,000. So basically red, green, and blue characters are only going to deal a tiny bit of damage after 50,000 damage. And that's going to last for 2 turns. On turn 3, he's going to blind you for 3 turns. And on turn 4, he's going to despair both captains for 2 turns. And he's going to repeat that shuffling with very high chance of badly matching. Then 2 turns of the red, green, blue barrier. 3 turns of blind. And then 2 turns of despair. Now, the 2 turns of despair you don't have to worry about if you have anti-despair sockets, but most teams aren't going to survive until then. Most teams are going to want to kill him one time on turn 2, after he does his shuffle, and then kill him again after the revive. And he will keep the same pattern whenever he revives. So if you kill him on the turn he blinds, when he revives, next turn he's going to despair your captains. Now what's going to happen is, if you leave him below 20%, he will attack you for 220,000 damage, so don't do that. Bad idea. Once he revives, so after you kill him, he will revive just like Hancock Raid. When he revives, he will revive and heal up to about 1 million hit points. And he will also get that red, green, blue barrier. If he is on the... that red, green, blue barrier he actually only does if he's on turn 3. If you kill him, for example, if you kill him on turn 1, then when he revives, he will not get that red, green, blue barrier. This you can ignore that. That's not actually supposed to be there. That is just assuming that you're killing him on turn 2. He'll also boost his attack to 20,000 or so, and will attack every other turn instead of every turn. So he's going to attack for 20,000 every other turn, but he's only at 30%, so you're probably gonna, if he attacks after the revive, he's probably gonna be below 20% and attack for 200,000 damage. Same thing as he would do before. So the real trick, and what we're gonna be doing, you can see a lot more teams down here, once again on GameWith. You can use Google Translate to help you out. They also give you a breakdown that doesn't translate quite well, but it gives you a decent idea of what you're supposed to do. A bunch of teams, but you can't use a lot of them. So here are some global teams you can use. This is the recommended team. This team right here. The reason we want to recommend this team is that you've got a lot of Dex characters on it, of course, and the INT Mihawk is going to kill him after the revive. So with this team, turn 1, maybe save a few matching orbs from stage 4 into stage 5. He doesn't shuffle as a preemptive attack, so you can get a attack off for free. You can do a few 100,000 damage. Remember, he starts at 3.5 million hit points, or 3.5 million hit points. You attack him for maybe 700,000. Let's say you have only like 2 matching orbs. You keep 2 matching orbs. You attack him for about 600,000. He goes down to below 3 million hit points. Turn 2, you have your specials ready again. You use your Dex Mihawk special. Cut him by another 30%. He's at 2 million hit points, and that's the number we're looking for, 2 million. Since he's going to give you a lot of badly matching orbs, using Zeph or Ezo or any orb manipulator that changes from red to green, ideally, will help you get a lot of green orbs. Since you're probably going to get a lot of red orbs, you can change all those red orbs to green orbs. Your INT Mihawk's still not going to have a matching orb. Use your Doflamingo and your Double Finger special that does more than 2 million hit points. That kills him when he revives. On turn 3, he'll gain his red, green, blue 50,000 damage barrier, so your red, green, blue characters will barely deal any damage. But that doesn't matter because INT Mihawk special will kill him on the revive. So make sure your INT Mihawk has about 3 turns whenever you're going into Kizaru. So 3 turns into Kizaru. Preemptive attack takes him down to 2 turns. You attack once, it goes to a 1 turn, and then you kill him and he revives, and then your INT Mihawk is ready. So your INT Mihawk has to be at 3 turns on round 1 of the Kizaru fight. So when you see Kizaru, INT Mihawk, 3 turns. That's the cooldown you're aiming for. And then you attack, and then you kill. Some excellent replacements for this team are, and the one I can suggest the most, is using Koza right here instead of Double Finger. If you can get a Koza instead of Double Finger, you basically get the same amount of damage on your burst turn. Once again, just these 3 guys are the green orbs we're looking for. But Koza, especially because he's blue, will help you out with the biggest danger to this team, that red Pacifista. So that way, on turn 1, you can get a blue orb on Koza, and then he can help you kill that red Pacifista without too much trouble getting through his... They have about 500,000 hit points, the Pacifistas do. So the blue Koza can help you get through that barrier, and get with a matching orb makes it a lot easier. Because if you die with this team, it's probably on one of these stages. Make sure you have more, once again, make sure you have more than 7,800 hit points so you can take 1 attack from Kizaru. That's going to be a pattern we see a lot of times. Make sure you have that health. So this team, you can replace the Koza, you can replace Zeph with like Ezo, because Izo will change red and blue into green orbs, so you can get some more green orbs. You can use any orb manipulator instead here, and Double Finger or Koza here, or even better, 3A2 Zoro. 3A2 Zoro gives you a bigger Slasher boost. So Slasher or Dex attack booster here. You can also use, for example, Usopp. Fat Usopp. Where are you, Fat Usopp? Fat Usopp. Boom, boom, boom. Fat Usopp and Doflamingo specials. Bam, you're good. So this is the recommended team. Even with a lot of better teams, this is a very good team and very similar to the team that I'll be using for farming Kizaru. Now, some other teams you can use. Blackbeard is going to be coming out on Global. Now, if you are lucky enough to get a Blackbeard yourself and can max him out, or you're going to use a friend Blackbeard who's managed to level him up and max him out after that. Oh, double Zoro's on the team. Whoops. Just forget the Dex Zoro on the last. If you're using 3A2 Zoro, use a different Dex Slasher. Sorry. Because the Dex Zoro, we're only using him as a Dex Slasher. You can use any Dex Slasher instead of him. So this is a team that you can use if you can find yourself a Blackbeard, because Blackbeard Sugelfetz is going to be coming out that same day. If someone manages to pull him and max him out, then this is one of the teams. You can also, of course, use a Caesar Captain instead of Shiki, which is just better. But Shiki does help because you'll have a lot of hit points. You can have that 36,000 hit points. And that means you can stall a lot more. Since Blackbeard is a 25-turn special, we will want to be using Blackbeard on turn 2 of Kizaru. Now with this team, remember that with a Blackbeard friend captain, you want a shooter, a fighter, a slasher, and a striker. So we're using Smoker as a striker, Dofi and Shiki as slashers. Duval is just because he's a shooter, and Zeph for orb manipulation and being a fighter. So with this team, Blackbeard means you will ignore his red, green, blue damage reduction. So after the revive, you don't have to worry about how much health he does. You don't have to worry about the red, green, blue barrier. You can just attack him as normal. You'll be able to use Zeph, and since you're going to have a high chance matching orb, use Doflamingo first. You move the... Well, I guess Zeph is going to turn red orbs into green orbs, so you don't actually get that one. So you're going to have green orbs there. Use your Shiki and Doflamingo specials, and you'll be able to do about 2 million damage. So you use Blackbeard special. Just attack on turn 1 for about 600,000 damage. Use Doflamingo, use Blackbeard special, and then use burst and kill him on turn 3. After the revive, or before the revive, you can use Duval. Remember, Duval's special will not reduce damage taken, because Blackbeard prevents you from actually benefiting from that reduced damage reduction. So the Duval here is not going to be doing any damage reduction. He's just going to be there as a shooter and a 20% health cut. You can use whatever other shooters you have too if you like. You can use a driven shooter, but Duval is nice for that 20% health cut and does benefit from Blackbeard Captain, even though he doesn't benefit from Shiki's Captain ability. It'll look more like this for the burst turn. And after a revive, if you get a few matching orbs, once again, also, since you can't reduce damage, Smoker's not going to be doing anything as well. You can attack him a few times and hopefully take him down if you save Duval. And you can use Gladius too. Yeah, Gladius is a driven character, and you can move Shiki's blue orb onto the Gladius gives us some matching orb as well. But save the Duval or the Blackbeard special until after the revive. Since you have a lot of health, you can take a couple attacks before he dies, and you don't have to worry about this, which is the biggest power of the Blackbeard team. You can just kill him whenever you can. And you have 2 turns to kill him after revive, get some lucky orbs, and you're good to go. Another team is a double Croc Cerebral team. Double Croc Cerebral team is, you have to use a Croc here. You can't really get away with using the Momonga. You need the damage from the Croc. The good thing about using a Momonga, though, is you will have extra characters. So with the double Croc team, Heraclesion and Robin will be doing most of the work after revive. So with this, you can get fully matching orbs. Boop, 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 boop. Health is really low. Khalifa will save you from 1 attack if you need it. And so you can even survive an attack below the 20%. You will have to attack while blinded. Robin, remember, sets you to 1 hit point, basically. 1 hit point from Robin. Move your orbs around. Get your matching orbs. Croc and Doflamingo special on the turn 2. Use Khalifa to take that first hit from him, or either have more than 7 or more than 8,000 hit points so you can take the first hit and then be ready, and then use Robin turn 2, or use the Khalifa to survive a hit. You'll easily be able to kill him before the revive. After the revive, use the second Croc, but remember that the red, green, and blue characters will not be doing any damage. We don't have a map effect up yet. We might have a map effect up later, but your only damage is going to be coming from the Heraclean and the Robin, so just attack first with your red, green, and blue characters, end on Robin and Heraclean. You'll get a lot of damage. You can see here, you can just, in your head, math it out that you're going to have only 50,000, 50,000, 50,000, 50,000, so about 200,000 if you get lucky here. And then about 600,000 from the last 2 attacks. And then attack again in turn 2 and you're good to go. So a pretty good team. You'll have matching orbs on all these characters. So it will be 50, 50, 50, 50,000. And then the last 2 characters are actually ones that are going to be dealing damage. Make sure you end on your purple and yellow Heraclean and Robin if you're doing this team. And then the last team we're going to be looking at is the... Oh, actually we have 2 more teams. We have the double ace shooter team. Just like the double croc team, all our damage is going to be coming from our purple and yellow characters after the revive. With a double ace shooter team, you'll be able to get fully matching orbs by using Heraclean and Izo. Fully matching orbs. Use Frankie and Zephyr. You can do 2.7 million hit points using 1 ace special, and attacking on turn 1 should be able to... You can burst them down in 1 turn. After the revive, you'll still have 1 turn of Frankie and Zephyr specials. And you can use the other ace to keep your matching orbs. Which just means you won't have the damage from these guys, but you will have a lot of damage from your Heraclean and Zephyr. You get that second turn of Frankie and Zephyr specials after the revive. And then on the third turn, if he's still alive, he will still be alive and you can attack him again. So this is kill him on turn 2 of the revive before he attacks you. Once again, ending on Heraclean and Zephyr as your final hits. And the last team we're going to be looking at is the Fujitora Caesar team. So this team is very good as well. You could do double Fujitora, but with a Caesar friend, Caesar's the only rare recruit character you need on this team. Before the attack, on the burst turn, to kill him before he revives, to kill him the first time, we will have fully matching orbs. Fujitora and Kobe, you can swap their orbs. You can swap orb here and then use Kobe to give you recovery orbs here, which means you get fully matching orbs. Bam, 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 bam. You don't have to use Fujitora before the revive. You can use, say, Fujitora for after revive, because with Dofi and Caesar special, I guess you do have to. Well, no, you get an attack on turn 1. You attack on turn 1, do a few 100,000 damage on turn 2, burst, or use Fujitora first and then burst. Fujitora's damage at the end of turn is going to stay, so you'll get that 20% health cut at the end of turns 2 after the revive. And then after the revive, whatever orbs you happen to have, you do have Smoker and Shiki specials as well. You'll have to get lucky with some orbs, but you can get an orb or 2, and that's a very easy kill. Or even if you don't get any orbs, remember, on the revive, you want to attack with your Fuji, Kobe, and Smokers last. Fuji, Kobe, Smokers will be the ones that are doing most of your damage after the revive. So even if you just have like 1 matching orb, that's a lot of damage. And with a 20% health cut at the end of turn, you'll be able to get by him just fine. Just save the Shiki and the Smoker for when you have a matching orb on one of these guys. Guys, those are the recommended teams. The team I recommend more above all is the Mihawk. Dex Mihawk, INT Mihawk. Very easy team to use. Very good team. If you have a Koza instead of Double Finger, you'll be able to get past the 1 dangerous stage, and that is the red Pacifista on turn 3. But good to go. Guys, I've been Zeenigami. Good luck farming Kizaru. Thank you so much for watching, and y'all stay beautiful.